Yo, what up, you guys? It's your boy, the Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 215. And this chapter, man, there was a lot going on, but I don't really mind it. I was very entertained, particularly when you get to the scenes where Luffy and the Straw Hats, I mean, they're getting their asses handed to them by the Marines. And you have Django at one point going back and forth with Luffy, because Luffy's like, yo, Mr. Hypnotist, dude, aren't you a fucking pirate? The fuck? Like, to see that was pretty cool, and to have Iron Fist full body, you know, to have him sit there and be like, I remember this cook, and if I'm not mistaken, you know, didn't Sanji raise this dude up by the face or something like that, or by the throat? I believe that was in one of the flashbacks with Sanji. So just seeing that was cool, man. Just to see again how Oda is bringing everyone back in, and I like the fact that we're getting like some pirate versus, you know, Marine, seeing that type of action. You got the cannonballs, and Luffy's just like, yo, shoot those cannonballs, I'm gonna bounce them right back at you. To see Luffy just being that confident in his abilities, that was cool. And then to have at the same time to have Sanji and Zoro and Nami all in their own ways express the fact that they're freaking out a little bit, and then to have Chopper show up like, they're putting these iron rods into the ship faster than I can repair it. You guys got to do something. You really have a sense of hopelessness at this point. And you think, like, at first I'm thinking, yo, they're pirates. Can't they just swim over there and do like some undercover ninja shit? You know, like, I don't give a fuck jutsu, that type of shit. Like, I thought maybe, but not really the case, because Luffy can't swim. And now you're really seeing what happens with the devil fruit users when they're out at the sea. For as powerful as they are, they're fucking useless. So that's cool, man. I like how Oda is, you know, putting that in there without actually telling you that. Now, the other thing is I really love the fact that Nami said, like, we can't cut back and run. And the reason why we can't do it is because we're meeting a friend. Because you have Bon Clay saying, like, hey, this Hina chick, she's over the Marines in this division. She's not somebody you fuck with. And I'm thinking she's got devil fruit ability, because she's telling her crew, like, once we get up to the ship, you stay the hell out my way. Usually when you're talking like that, you've got something big up your sleeve. So I'm guessing she's got a devil fruit ability. Not really sure. But I like the fact that Bon Clay goes from freaking out to saying, like, hey, I was going to cut tail on these dudes, but you guys listen to me. You know, his crew, he's telling them, like, hey, we're going to make a diversion for these dudes. Like, we can't cut back and run on the Straw Hats, because they're risking their lives for a friend. And we wouldn't be men, we wouldn't be friends of these guys if we abandoned them in their time of need. And I love this simply for the fact that what we're seeing is that Luffy's legend grows with each interaction that he has. I can't harp on this enough. And the reason why is, as Luffy's crew is now, it's small. Unless everyone on the crew, and not everyone on the crew is a combat person, but unless everyone on the crew is a fucking monster, this crew's got to get bigger, okay? And so I don't know if Oda's planning on kind of merging these two together, or if it's just going to be an alliance and it's people Luffy can call on. But if that's the case, then that's the thing about his crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, the beautiful thing about that is Luffy has somebody like Mr. Two who has a reputation and has his own skill set, and that's going to further grow it out. So that's cool. And if I'm not mistaken, Shank's crew wasn't that big either. So that is possible. I might be mistaken on that, because I just remember certain members of Shank's crew. Like, I remember the swordsman dude, I remember Usopp's father, and I remember Shanks. Like, so I might be mistaken on that. But the crazy thing about this is Mr. Two creates the diversion by making himself look like Luffy. His men dress up like the rest of the Straw Hats, and that's how he lure away Hina. So that part was cool. I like that. It also speaks volumes to the fact that, you know, once you've got a real friend, that person, there's nothing they won't do. If it's within their ability to help you, they'll do it for you. Even if it inconveniences them, if they have the ability to help you, that's what a friend's there for. So I like how Oda has these different messages. And one other thing on this, the fact that Luffy, now that his bounty's up and the Marines are after him and Mr. Two's helping him, I keep putting emphasis on the fact that his legend is growing, because ever since Lugtown, I was always thinking before that, like, there's no way in hell this dude's gonna be king of the pirates. Like, I call bullshit when it happened, okay? Like in the early beginning, I didn't say it on camera, but I was like, there's no fucking way. But when you got to Town and you saw him on the scaffold, and you know that that's the scaffold that Gold Roger was on, and then you got the panel where you have Roger up here, Luffy down here, and to see the distance, it shows how far Luffy has left to go. Now I really think that his dream could be a reality, and it's because of stuff like this that I do want to touch on. Is while all this is going on, and you have the fact that, you know, Nami is saying, like, look, you gotta understand, we're trying to pick up our friend at the port at noon. Oda still has the possibility that Vivi's going to join. So now I'm really wondering how the hell that's going to work out, especially logistics wise, because the chapter opens up with, you know, Igaram having this nightmare. Vivi's like, I'm going to be a pirate queen. Like, you have that. And now she's being fitted, and she's got a speech to give, and then she's telling Igaram and her father, like, I have something important to tell you. It's looking like Oda's either going to dick tease, cock tease us, or Vivi's going to be like, hey, I was going to, you know, pursue the pirate lifestyle. I'm going to stay here for the kingdom. It can go either way. And the fact that Luffy and the others, they're waiting to see Vivi's response, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Usually I can predict shit like this. I can't really call it. My gut says that Vivi stays, but I'm not sure at this point. You know, Oda's got me at this point, man. And like, that says a lot, 'cause I predicted a lot of shit when Naruto was going on. I know Kishimoto isn't nowhere near the writer that Oda is. And I can say that. And I think there's certain things Kishimoto does with his writing that Oda can't fuck with. But for the most part, Oda, I see why they call him Gada or Goda. So with that said, I do want to touch on this. Like, I don't want to make this really long. This is actually my second take for this. The first time the camera stopped recording, so I'm going to refresh this. But the thing is that panel where Oda drew Vivi, and she's got the pistol, and she's got the hat on her head, and she's saying, like, hey, I'm going to be the pirate queen. And I don't know if that's like a pairing thing. I know a lot of people are saying, like, oh, Luffy's asexual, is not really into women, or same thing with Zoro. And I go, I've seen this shit with shonens before. The characters act like they're not really interested in women. It's because they're so focused on their goal. And the thing is you have women who express attraction for that, because not just women, people period, when they see somebody that focused, that driven, that confident, you can't help but to gravitate towards it. And people in general are attracted to people like that. It just oozes confidence. And that's what you see with a guy like Luffy. A lot of women, not all, but a lot of women, that's what they get drawn into. Where you have a guy who says, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm actually doing to reach that. And they have that confidence. They might have their shortfalls. Luffy's not the smartest guy. He's not the most tactful. And yet Luffy's confidence is there. And not only that, but he has the bravado, the strength, everything the intangibles needed in order to make that a reality. And that's the beautiful thing about Luffy. And I can see why, if Vivi is attracted, I don't think she is, but if she is attracted, I could see why that's the case. Because again, people find that attractive. You know, if I had to put money on pairing, I would say that there are more people who say there's like a Luffy Nami than a Luffy Vivi. But I don't want to turn that into pairings. I'm sooner or later I'm going to publish the video I did on Naruto pairings. It's like 2 years late. Of course, the channel's only a year old, but don't want to turn it into that. I just thought that was interesting. You know, like, I don't know if that's something Oda was setting up for later on. And I don't know if that's Oda's way of saying, like, hey, you know, she's already a princess, so that's why she'll call herself the Pirate Queen, because she's a queen pirate. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. But I have another question, okay? And it's about Cobra. Question about Cobra is this, okay? What the hell was he doing trying to get into Vivi's fitting room? And the reason why I'm asking that is he did say she looked like his late wife, okay? Like her late mother. So I can see that, but that's your daughter. Was he just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was there like some, you know, some twisted shit going on? Oh, But was there some twisted shit going on? I don't know. I'll just put it like this. You're like, why would you think that? Okay, well, if you go back a few chapters ago, you got Sanji like, yo, man, yo, no. Sanji's like this, rubber dub shit, got his rubber ducky and everything. He's like, yo, man, where the bitches at? And Cobra's like, you want to see some bitches? And Sanji's like, yeah, I want to see some bitches. He's like, you want to see some bitches, man? The bitches over the wall, man. And he's like, come on, man, we're going to go see some boobies. Like, that was the whole thing. And his daughter was over there. He knew that shit. And, Nami's just like 100,000 a piece. Look at these big old titties. Like, oh, shit, there's some big old titties. Like, that's what Cobra was thinking. And he had the nosebleed. His daughter was over there. I don't know if it's because he saw Nami's luscious love mounds. I don't know. But just seeing that, I'm sorry that offends anybody. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing out shit at this point. I told you guys before, I'm a fucking breast man, okay? But Jesus Christ, like, what happened? Was he wrong place at the wrong time? That's why he got the shit knocked out of him? Somebody let me know, because what's going to end up happening, I'm going to be cracking a whole lot of jokes until I get some clarification on that shit, because that's taken perverted to a whole nother level. So overall, pretty good chapter, guys. No chapter question this week or this video because the week isn't over yet. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.